Hey guys, welcome back to the COVID Cocktail Club. We're excited today to bring a lot of the kitchen into our bar. As you can see, I've got, I think actually more herbs and fruit and peppers than I do cocktails, than I do spirits on our bar today. We're also gonna play in the lab, first time playing in the lab today, teaching you guys how to make a tincture. So before we get started, I want to tell you about why we chose this drink. It's called the Pliny's Tonic, and it's from, I think, well, top 3, if not our favorite bar here in Houston. I know it's always considered the best bar in Houston. We have some other choices up there as well. But Anvil, which was really the first bar of its kind here in Houston as sort of the craft cocktail movement got big about, would you say, 10 years ago? So Bobby Heigl, who is the creator of Anvil, as well as a few other restaurants, him and Anvil are often nominated for James Beard Awards. In fact, I just read today they were named a finalist again this year for Outstanding Bar Program.
Alba Puerta also got her start at Anvil. And I love Alba because she's a woman in a male-dominated industry, and she got her start at Anvil and then went off to do Julep, which neither here nor there, but she's cool.
Which has also been nominated for an award as well. Sadly, Anvil has not won. It's been nominated 8 straight years, so fingers crossed it wins this year. Anyways, it's a great bar. This is one of their originals. In fact, I actually have one of their original menus from probably 8, 9, 10 years ago. It's since been like quadrupled. This is a really small, tight menu. But on there, it says it's their most popular original cocktail. It also goes on to say, what can we say? Texans love the heat. So you've been warned, this drink will bring some heat. It's sort of a riff variation on a south side with a little cucumber and some spice added to it. Would you say that's a...
I'd say at its heart, it's a gin sour that you can play with how herby you want it, how much cucumber you want, how much heat you want. You can definitely mess with this and make it exactly the way you want. I think what makes this drink interesting is the habanero tincture that they use in it, because rather than use it inside to shake it all up together, it seems very important that it goes in the glass first, and that way the heat seems to disperse best through the drink. So we'll teach you how to make a tincture, which is really just when something is dissolved in liquor. So you get a very, very concentrated sort of flavor, because we're going to use literally just a tincture of it. So just a teensy bit, and it goes a long way.
Maybe that's where teensy came from.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Are we ready to make this tincture?
Let's go. Lab coats, lab aprons.
Protective equipment.
Be right back.
Now I think we're set.
I think we're ready.
Okay.
No goggles, mask, gloves. I feel naked now during COVID without my mask on.
Well, honestly, we maybe do need some gloves if we're going to deal with these seeds, because these seeds are pretty intense.
We'll risk it. Now, I searched all over, could not find an actual habanero, but I did find a serrano. So it's not as pretty in color, and from what I understand, not quite as hot as a habanero, but it is spicy nonetheless.
Habanero is going to give you more, yes, more heat, but more sweet heat than a serrano. Serrano is more fresh. Oh my God, this habanero is, wow. This habanero is really strong. I'm going to chop it up sort of, tiny to start. And I'm going to try to make this in an immersion blender, even though I think it's supposed to be in a food processor. But I don't like to see my food processor, so I'm going to stick it in the bottom of this tin.
I'm going to do the same. And the good news about making this right now during this whole COVID mess is that we've been sort of trained not to touch our face. I would recommend not touching your face after you cut these up.
Hey, Jake, are you excited to use your immersion blender to make this?
I'm pretty excited.
I can't wait to play. I have my pepper in the bottom of my immersion blending shakerton. I'm going to use probably about 1/4 ounce, just a splash to turn it into a liquid, really. And then let's give it a go.
Be careful not to look in while you're doing it.
Oh my Lord.
I can see your eyes watering from here.
That's a hot tincture. Woo! Okay, so this recipe starts by putting this a drop of this tincture in the bottom of this coupe glass. So
A drop.
what do you call a drop?
I would call a drop a quarter of a teaspoon.
Let's make this cocktail.
Okay. So we have our tincture made. Again, as Ricey pointed out, that goes in first. Now we're going to muddle. All right, so grab your shaker tin. It should be a fresh one. Do not bother using that one until it gets cleaned out, probably in the dishwasher. One thing this recipe calls for is a shit ton of mint. It actually says it on the menu. It says shit ton of mint. It does not say that, but we're going to use a shit ton of mint.
And lime.
What's unique about this, guys, the actual recipe doesn't call for an ounce or 2 ounces or a half an ounce. It actually calls for just a quartered lime. I think the idea is to maybe even get some of the oils from the rind and the peel in there.
I'm taking a lot of mint. I mean, that's a lot of mint. I'm gonna stick it in there, stick my quartered lime in there.
Cucumber, which, as we've done in the past, slice it and then chop it up a bit, just makes it easier to muddle. So we have a shaker tin from the kitchen. Lots of mint, lots of cucumber, lots of lime. Let's muddle away. I'm not nearly as excited as earlier. 2 ounces of gin. I'm using Citadel, sort of a citrus-forward, relatively inexpensive gin that I like to use in tonics.
I'm using Hendrix because of the cucumber.
And then a ½ ounce of fresh lime juice. ½ ounce, simple. Ice and shake.
Ice and shake.
Allie?
Over to that tincture. That tincture's already in there. For a fun garnish for this drink, we're gonna make a cucumber ribbon. So with a pie peeler, just gonna make a ribbon.
You're doing it, yeah. Second layer.
I'm just gonna stick it right in there and add
some fresh mint.
Good thing I had a shit ton. And there you have a Pliny's tonic, and you didn't even have to go to Anvil to get one, although when they reopen, we recommend that you do.
Absolutely.
For tomorrow, we have some strange ingredients that we need, but trust me, you are going to be glad that you had them on hand. You need carrot juice. You don't have to make it yourself. You can buy carrot juice at H-E-B. And you need a cinnamon simple syrup. And you can make that yourself with equal parts sugar, water, and throw in a couple of cinnamon sticks and make a cinnamon simple syrup, and you will use it a bazillion times. And we have a really, really delicious and very unique mezcal drink for you tomorrow. So join us again.
Yeah, and not as spicy.
And you don't need your apron.
Right, no lab coats tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Rice.
Cheers, Jason.